Alright, y'all. Just a quick update on my day off. Been working on some other things, and thankfully, just to keep everybody in the loop, thankfully I was able to find a bit of a shelter, except it's not through any government provided support, but rather from networking and helpful people that actually care. But this is still day 7, or 7 days after all my property was removed and stolen by what seems to be the biggest suspect, is a company called Chrysalis via Caltrans. If they were subcontracted, then because the trucks that we saw were Chrysalis and also Caltrans today, but the ones that we saw the day of were only Chrysalis, or Chrysalis, however you want to pronounce that. And so clearly they came to do more landscaping. They cut all the trees that were, covering from the freeway. But this is their so-called cleanup. And this is 7 days after the fact. They're still a mess. With all the people and all the resources that they have available to them, they could not clean this up. Which leads me to the suspicion that it was done in a rush. It was done in a panic, possibly, or in a way that was clearly meant to distract and get done before I got off of work, because they knew that I had a job. They knew that I was going to be away, and they knew I was going to be out at a certain time, because I left them a note asking them to call me so that I would come and pick up my things. But they stole it. After speaking to some other homeless people who have experience longer than I do, I was told that some individuals, friends of friends, or acquaintances of acquaintances, had broken into a Caltrans container in the past before, and upon doing so, they would find a bunch of valuables stored away and not picked up by, I'm sure, people who would have really loved to come pick up their stuff. But as my experience has been showing me, they won't give you any information where you can pick it up. When you call Caltrans, it's a voicemail, so you leave them a voicemail. They decide whether or not to call you back, and if they do, they're telling you, they're asking you questions and then telling you information, but none of it is valuable. Everything is like, oh, well, we don't know. I'm not the person that deals with this. Unfortunately, we won't be able to find out until several days. So all the time that passes is basically time being wasted, because I could have had picked up all my things by now, but clearly they're trying to buy themselves time so that I forget about it, so I get frustrated, so that I don't find it, or because they already divided the valuables amongst themselves. At least that's what I believe, that's what I feel. Because at this point, these fools really don't care about helping the homeless. They care about doing their job for themselves, but not for the sake of the community. Obviously, they don't care about the community looking clean. They don't care about the homeless people that they're affecting. They're just doing shit because they have to. Chrysalis, by the way, is a recovery center, which very likely means that they are either criminals or ex-convicts or ex-criminals or drug addicts, ex-drug addicts that are in recovery, who get told that they have to do community service or do some sort of, job, whatever. And so Chrysalis has a program or a team of people that are subcontracted by Caltrans in order to do these types of cleanups, and so that they don't have to worry about it. And that's why my suspicion runs high that this is what happened, and not actually about trying to clean up the community or help the homeless like other places that had done by giving the people that were at the camps vouchers to go stay at a hotel or whatever. So that's my experience, y'all. This is what's happening. Just giving an update so that everybody's aware. I'm good though. I'm safe. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm alive. And ultimately, I'm glad that this is coming to a point where where basically it's like I'm not gonna hate that I was right. I'm just gonna appreciate it and look at it like an opportunity to learn and an experience to be able to try to pay it forward and try to use that experience to help other people the right way, because so many people are getting this done to them and so many people are going through this and it's not right. You know, it's not right. It's part of everything else. That's why life is really just about networking and helping one another out. If that's the truth, then why am I getting such a hard time when trying to recover my property? That's all. I mean, CHP called me earlier today and they told me some information that once again confirms even more suspicion, because even they were kind of surprised that these two companies, Chrysalis and Caltrans, are not giving me any information regarding my property, violating my Fourth Amendment right, and therefore, you know, buying themselves time to get rid of it, or because they already did, just trying to give me the runaround so that I forget about it. So I will have no other choice but to file a claim probably, but that's all. Y'all take it easy. Peace.